Hey plant friends, welcome back to my channel. It's Maya here. It's been so long. I've missed you guys so much. I hope you guys missed me. I hope you guys still remember what I look like because it's been so long since I've been on here, and you guys know my usual excuse. I usually disappear for 2 weeks at a time at the end of each semester because, you know, finals week, it's the hardest time. It's basically where you have to reteach yourself everything that you just learned. I thought I'd come back on here and say hello to you guys again. I honestly really missed you guys. I did take 3 days off. I took 3 days off after I did my final. I just took some time to myself, and yeah, I've been just lately transferring a lot of my plants into LECA, hence the reason why I'm doing this video. I thought I would finally do like a plant tour LECA edition. I thought I would combine two things that I like the most, plant tours and LECA, into one video. And so in today's video, I'm going to show you guys all the plants that I have successfully transplanted into LECA. They're living in LECA right now, living that LECA lifestyle with really thick LECA roots. That's all I'm going to show you guys in this video, are plants that are currently living in LECA and are already like established in LECA. I'm not going to show you guys any plants that I just recently transplanted or are like rehabbing, because like I have this plant right here. It's a Hoya lacunosa snowcaps / Ruby Sue. I don't know, could be. But yeah, I'm not going to show you guys like this guy. This guy was recently transplanted. He is rooted, but I'm just not going to show you in the video. I'll just show you guys now. I thought I would show you guys this video too because after making my plants that are not doing well in LECA, people were like freaking out and were like, why are you doing LECA? You're not successful at it and all that good stuff. And I just wanted to show you guys that in your progress of transferring plants into LECA, it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to go easily. If you are one of the lucky ones where you haven't run into any plant deaths, that's really good for you, but realistically that's not going to happen. And I just wanted to show you guys that it's okay. So let's go around my house and find all the plants in LECA. Keep in mind, if it's not in LECA, we're going to pretend it's not there. So we are currently in my living room right now, and now that I'm looking at it, I think most of my plants that are in my living room are converted into LECA. Just an FYI, any pot that is white basically means that there's a plant in LECA, which I thought was genius because when I go on vacation and whatnot, it'll be easier for me to give like directions to the person taking care of my plants. Yeah, so let's just get started, and keep in mind we're just gonna go talk about the plants in the LECA only. Any other plant will not be talked about. We will include that in our other houseplant tour or whatever. This is all about the LECA, plants in LECA. So we'll just start with this guy over here. This is the first plant that we're going to talk about. It's my Hoya linaris. Grown quite a bit. She's, like I said, like every other plant in this video, in LECA. Her top kind of looks a bit weird, but let me show you her root. Oh, do you see that nice white root right there? And then there's another one right there. She still has her old roots in here, as you guys can see, all those brown dirty roots. When I repot her, I will give her roots a little rinse, and that's when I'll take off all the old dead roots and then replace her back into this pot with more LECA. Yeah, this guy loves LECA, you guys. Like the first time that I first transferred her into here, she took immediately. This is my philodendron micans. She has grown quite a bit, especially being in LECA, and her leaves keep getting larger and larger, which makes me really happy. I did recently repotted her because her roots were growing out too much. Whenever I see a lot of roots growing out of the pot that my LECA plants are in, I leave it in there for like a few weeks, maybe a week or so, and then I will repot it. I read that you shouldn't let roots hang out in the water too long because it can stunt their growth. The new leaves on this micans is getting so large, and oh, look at that velvetness. You guys see that? That looks like fabric. Now we're moving on to my second shelf, which pretty much all has LECA. This guy is a Hoya australis lisa. And let me show you guys the roots on this guy. It is very thick looking. Oh, look at that. Those are some plump looking roots. That's why I like these clear pots, because you can see through it and see all of the root action that's occurring. So Hoya Aschurus Lisa, and the new growth comes out this really bright red. Very pretty. This guy is so freaking cool. This is a Hoya Caudata. I showed you guys in a recent haul, and I took the plunge and just stuck her into LECA. Since placing her in LECA, she has grown these two cool new leaves. They're so dark and black and so pretty. I love it. It looks very gothic, which I feel like I have an inner goth in me. Very beautiful. They're so weird looking. How weird looking is that? And it's so dark. It's very oddly shaped. And of course, these prehistoric looking leaves are so beautiful. This guy also took to LECA very fast. Behind that, I have my Hoya Obovata inward variegation. If you guys remember, I got this from Thailand and I regrew the whole root system and placed it in LECA immediately. She has been transferred into this tiny little pot here. But I have come to realize that I love inward variegation. Love, love, love. Awesome. Next is my Hoya, variegated Hoya Wayetii. A lot of people are debating whether or not this is like a Kentiana. This was sold to me as a variegated Wayetii, so I'm just gonna go with that. This guy took a little bit to get accustomed to the LECA, but she has fully accustomed to it. I did accidentally give her sunburn because I left her in direct natural light for too long and she did not like it. So there is some damage on some of her leaves, like right here. I had to pluck some off because they were really dry. Next is 1 out of 3 Hoya Sunrises that I have. I did show you guys me transplanting this into LECA. I made a video about it. Since doing that, it got too large for the pot, so I did replant them into 3 different ones. But this one, let me show you the roof. There you go, there's that root there. And she is getting sun stressed. There's like some red hues that are being created right there. And this one is really pretty. Very cool. I'm really excited to get this sun stressed. My newest transplant is this one. She took very fast. It's one of my Hoya Crimson Queen. We know it's a queen because the variegation is on the outer margins, and if it's the princess, the variegation is more inward, and the queen does produce completely white leaves. Loving it. Nothing to say with that one because she loves it. Just a quick pan. Nothing underneath. Then we're gonna go over to this next shelf. Here's my neon philodendron. She sits on the top shelf, so I thought I'd bring it down for you guys because I'm short. But as you can see, her root system is outgrowing this and she's growing so long. So I do have to repot her soon. I might repot her in a net pot with a catch pot. Now I know I told you guys before that I really liked glass containers, but then a lot of mine got so much algae that I hate glass containers now. I only put plants in glass containers if they are very large, which this one is getting ridiculously long. I see that. This was the one that almost died when I first transplanted her, and she's doing great now. So she just sits up there and then she just trails along this bar right here. Then we have this top shelf here. Up here is my Silta Picana that I got from Steve's Leaves. I showed you guys me transplanting it into LECA when I first got it, and she's doing great. I did give her a haircut because she was just growing out way too much, like way too much, and she's growing back again. So if you guys have one of these, if you guys cut it back, it will grow back really fast. And then of course my ZZ Raven, I can't get it down. My ZZ Raven, this was one of the first guys that I transplanted into LECA, and since planting her into LECA, she has been sprouting a lot of new stalks. I do have to replant her soon because her roots are growing out from underneath. Next is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma that I got from Angela. We did a plant trade a while back, and here she is. I did have to cut her several times because she's just outgrowing the space that she's in. I might have to chop her up a little bit and then maybe add more to the pot. And then in this far corner, I'm sure some of you guys remember seeing this in my Instagram story. I showed you guys me converting this into LECA. This is one of my smaller Hoyas. That's why I transplanted him. I haven't transplanted any larger ones, so if you guys have a large Hoya compacta, I haven't transplanted my larger one yet, so if you guys do it with caution. He has a new growth point up there, so cute. And then onward to my second shelf, here is my Dischidia watermelon. I'm not gonna lie, this guy was on the struggle bus when I first transplanted him into LECA. Dischidias are like Hoyas, and their root system is definitely like Hoya's. So the way that I transplanted this guy wasn't the best way. I would have done my old method, but nonetheless, she is doing great. I did have her in like a propagation box with like a grow light to help her shoot out new roots, but she's doing perfectly fine. She's growing a lot, all of those. She did used to be a lot bigger. When I transplanted her into LECA, there was just too much of her. So this is 2/3 of the plant. The rest of the plant is sitting in my kitchen counter right now. Next is a very popular one of my favorites. This is a Hoya rotundiflora. This is the one out of 2 that I have. The other one I also have in LECA as well, and it took to LECA very fast. I just couldn't believe how fast it transferred to LECA, and it didn't get any yellow leaves. It didn't look sad at all. It was awesome. This is my Hoya pollinura, also known as a fishtail Hoya. Oh, it's come a long way. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys would have seen me update you guys this a while back. And I also did a video on this as well. It's called one of my Hoya hauls, I believe. I got this from a local seller. She honestly transferred into LECA so fast and easy. Didn't have any problems at all with her. I did use one of my old methods. And then this is my variegated Hoya macrophylla. Now, I'm so proud of this guy because when I transplanted my very first Hoya macrophylla, it didn't do well. It didn't do well. And then I took a stab at it one more time, and this was my second time doing it, and it took very well. It took so well that she actually has a root that is growing out right there, which is awesome. So I will have to repot her soon. I also showed in an Instagram story of me like washing her roots and showing you guys, and I think that was around like 5 weeks ago, but she's doing great now. Her new growth is coming out very pretty, very tiny. I love that leaf right there. Next is this little shelf right here, which is all in LECA. My Hoya obovata splash. Very good. This is my epiphyllum cactus fern, or fern cactus. Moved her here. This is a pothos mandula. This is my second one transplanting into LECA. The first one I told you guys about didn't do well, and this one is doing great. She's been in here for a while. I did show you guys in a video of me transplanting her, and she's growing so fast. And the funny thing is, when I had my mandula in soil, she got a lot of brown leaves, like really fast too. But since transplanting this one into LECA, I've noticed that I really haven't gotten any brown leaves. Like this one has a little brown edging there because I gave it too much sun. But yeah, so if you guys are having problems with your mandula getting brown like that too, I am guessing that it's a moisture problem. Maybe it likes more moisture. It definitely really likes LECA. And here I have my Hoya Crimson Princess, also known as a Hoya Exotica. The new leaves, if given a lot of light, comes out this really pretty pink. And as you guys can see, the variegation is in inward, not outward. In this corner, I have a Philodendron Red Emeralds. She definitely needs water. You guys can tell she's her leaves are rolling over like that. I usually will not let my plants get that bad. That means that the LECA is really dry in this pot. And for all of my established plants, I really don't let them dry out that much to the point where the plants show signs of dehydration. But it's okay if that happens. It's not like your plant's gonna die or anything. But this is one of the ones that didn't do well in LECA. I showed you guys in my plants that aren't doing well in LECA. Well, she's doing great now. spoiler alert, she's alive. She's also shooting out new growth right there, which is really in this corner is my madness corner. It's just the corner that just keeps shoving more plants in, you know, just keep shoving. Which surprisingly, guys, I actually did like a weeding out. Like I told you guys, I have some plants that are coming in the mail that eventually will come, but probably won't. And I've been making room for them so that when they do come, I have space for them. I guess I will start in this corner. This is one of my newly transplanted plants. This is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma tissue culture. And this is the one that I got from Nick's Garden Center. And I think they were like one of the first ones to have it sold in Colorado, honestly. She loves it, obviously. I mean, if you guys have a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma and you guys have extras, I would highly recommend you guys do this to it. I'm leaving it in this doorway because it's just getting too tall. It's even sprouting a new leaf as we speak right now. So there's that. Then we'll go top shelf and then we'll move lower. Here is my Monstera Adansonii, the one that I thought was like very unique. I actually had to repot this bad boy multiple times because her roots were just growing so fast. And she's just growing too much, too fast, so you will just randomly see some of her vines just intertwining in places. So yeah, she loves it. Next is my Monstera Peru. This guy I got from Green Lady Gardens exotic plant sale, and it did nothing for me for half a year. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Transplanted her into LECA and now she's loving life. And for those of you guys are wondering, this terracotta pot has no hole at the bottom. I placed cement on the bottom just to fool you guys. Oh, this is my Philodendron Congo Rojo. I think it was not labeled when I bought it. I think this is one of the first plants that I transferred into LECA, and I did do a video on it. If you guys are interested, I'll leave it in the top corner. She's doing great. She's just doing awesome. Okay, here is one of my newest ones. This is a Monstera subpinnata. I got as a gift because I passed one of my exams. I was gonna place her on a pole, but then she kind of grew like this in the propagation box. So I am now just gonna keep her like this and see where she goes. I might, you know, chop her off and then place that cutting onto a pole and see how that does. But yeah, she's gonna hang out, but she loves LECA. Like, look at that new guy coming out right there. She also has an aerial root right there, which is really cool. And this is one that I always pronounce wrong, so leave the name on the screen. It's like a Philodendron Waritsky. She's doing great. I had to repot her multiple times. This is her newest leaf right here. She also has this one right here as well. And this is also another plant that didn't do anything for me until I placed her into LECA. And I think that has a lot to do with like constantly giving them nutrients, because every single time I replace the water reservoir, I do replace it with nutrient water, and I have found that it makes my plants grow a lot quicker. Next is my Philodendron Painted Lady. This also has a funny, sad story to it. It didn't arrive pretty at all. I did a plant unboxing. I'll leave it up above if you guys want to see what it looked like before. But she also loves LECA. All my plants love LECA. I should stop saying that because people are gonna be like, oh my god. Next is another Hoya linares. This is the first one that I transplanted into LECA. This is actually all from cuttings. All from cuttings. Next is a Philodendron Lemon Lime. I forgot to plant this with a like bamboo stick so it can go upward, so it's kind of leaning awkwardly to the side. Okay, oh, and my two big daddies. So this one is my Monstera Deliciosa, the one that I got from my sister. She got hers at Sam's Club, and hers is a Deliciosa because it has like fenestrations in the middle. I got rid of my old one because I think it was not a Deliciosa. But this one for sure is, and I have to repot her soon. So look at those roots. They're screaming to get repotted. Next is my Dieffenbachia camouflage, the one that was featured in my video called Plants That Aren't Doing Well in LECA. Surprise! She's doing great now. Let me show you some of her roots. Oh, look at those roots. Yep, she's doing great. To those of you who are wondering, all the plants that I featured in that video, the video called My Plants Aren't Doing Well in LECA, they're all doing well. This guy's even sprouting a new leaf right here. The new growth on this is coming out a bit small, but given it did have to regrow all of its root system, so I'm gonna give it a little more light and see if the leaves will come out a lot bigger. There's also this tiny guy too that's sprouting a new one. Ooh, this guy is about to sprout a new one. Very exciting. Then on this stool, I have my Monstera Adansonii wide leaf form. She took to LECA very fast and easy as well. I did give her a haircut though. Like, she was growing up too high. So I chopped her off right there, and down there. That was the only long stem that I kept. I'm just gonna let her crawl up there. Next is a Philodendron bipenifolium. Just a regular green one. So I repotted this guy, and she was on like a bamboo stick, and when I took it out to repot her, that stem just kind of like drooped downward, and at first I freaked out and I thought it broke, but it didn't, and it's actually really strong, so I'm keeping it this way. So I'm definitely keeping it this way. It's just a quirky way to grow this. Most of the time when I see this on people's like Instagram and whatnot, they do have this growing upward. I have one growing upward as well, but I just thought that this was cool to have it like kind of drape. And there is new growth right here that has gotten accustomed to this angle that it's at, and the type of sunlight that it's getting. The new growth is going to accommodate with its environment, which I think is so cool about plants. Okay, next is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma from Thailand. This is the one not from tissue culture, and you guys can tell because the leaves are a bit wider and the fenestrations are a bit deeper, but yeah, this used to be in my kitchen. Now it's gonna sit here, and I'm just gonna let it grow upward. It did take to LECA really fast as well. I didn't have to do any like propagation box or increase the humidity or anything, but I did use my own method with that one. Then second shelf, I have my Scindapsus Moonlight or Silver, and you guys have seen this guy before. Her new growth is coming out very awesomely. She does have a minor imperfection there, but that's fine. So there's that, and I think, nope, okay, this is the last one on this shelf. This is another plant in my plants that weren't doing well in LECA, my Snow Queen pothos. Oh gosh, she loves LECA so much. She's grown so much since being placed in it, and she's also like sprouting out a new one there. I do have to give her a little haircut because she's outgrowing this area. Okay, we're gonna move fast, guys. I just realized that almost half my collection is in LECA. I thought this video was gonna be a lot quicker, but no. Bottom shelf. FYI, I do have plant lights on this top shelf here. That's why I have so many plants down here. The lights aren't on right now, but I do leave them on for 12 hours a day, just an FYI. Okay, in this corner, I have my Scindapsus pictus. I think this is the satin one. And back here is my Anthurium chamberlainii. Butcher that. She is also doing great. Let me show you her roots. Oh, she is really dry. I need to add water to her. Oh, look at that fat one right there. Oh, that's a good root. But yeah, when my LECA looks like this, I definitely start adding water to it. I try not to let roots in LECA dry out. Okay, moving on. Ooh, here's my Hoya compacta muana loa. She was in my kitchen. She also loves LECA. She has some new growth that's coming out all green, and I heard that this can revert back. So I'm gonna let these new growth come out, and if they come out completely green, I'm gonna chop it off so that the green gene doesn't carry on, and hopefully the new growth that comes out will have this pretty variegation here. Okay, moving on. We have my Begonia Rex. I'm not sure what the specific name of this is. I did show you guys me transplanting this into LECA. She's doing great. She does have some new growth. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm gonna Oh, there we go. You see that right there? That is new growth growing, which is really exciting. She did lose some of her larger leaves, but that's okay. As long as she's getting new growth, you don't have to really worry about it. Ooh, okay. Here is some more ZZ Raven that I am converting into LECA. I have another one back there that you guys saw that hasn't been in LECA yet. Back here is my philodendron black Congo, and she has this new growth here that just wants to come out so bad. I'm not gonna pick at it because you guys know that is bad. You guys see that blood red root right there? Yeah. And you see all that nasty algae. That's why I'm switching to cover pots, because algae sucks. Right here I have a Hoya Crinkle 8. It does look like it's a splash. This is a Scindaptus tribui black, I believe it's called. And oh, look at those roots. I have to repot her soon. In the back I have a Hoya Sunrise. This is the second of 3 that I have. And I'm placing her here because she is under red and blue grow lights. So I'm trying to see which plant gets sun stressed the fastest and the color that they give. So stay tuned to the report on that. In the back I have just a tiny, I don't even know why I have this. This is a tiny pothos mandula. Yeah, this is just a pothos mandula that there was just like a tiny piece of it when I transplanted the mother plant, so I kept it. And I don't know, I forgot about it back there, and now that I'm looking at it, she has a new growth point right there, which is really cool because I think that started sprouting because I placed her under the red and blue lights. She has started growing a lot more. But her roots are awesome. I do have to repot her because once those roots touch the bottom of the pot, I do like to repot it, because if I don't, I have noticed that it does cause like stunt growth. And then the next one is a philodendron. Oh, I forgot the name. I forgot how to pronounce it. I'll leave it on the screen. But whenever I look at the name, it reminds me of gazelle. Just the way that it's spelled. She's also doing great. I placed her in this corner because it's closer to the green and blue light. As you can see, that root is going right there. Very happy. Here is a Hoya Matilda. This is Hoya cuttings that I got from a local seller and from a plant friend that I got, James. I gathered them all together and just placed them into one plant. And yeah, living the LECA lifestyle and loving it. Here is my second Hoya rotundiflora. This was actually the first one that I placed into LECA. And let me show you her roots. Oh yeah, look at that. And she also has this new tentacle that she grew. Her new leaves are so tiny. Like, look how small they are. And they're so fuzzy too. They look so weird. So cute. Okay, here is my begonia. I think it's called tiger kittens. Kitten tigers. Oh, the names of it, you guys. Sometimes you have so many plants that you forget, right? I believe it is a begonia tiger kitten. I think so. In the back, I have a Sansevieria samurai. Yeah, samurai. And then this is a Sansevieria starfish, aka Patrick, aka salad fingers. Those are actually the names that I named this plant. Just an FYI. She has grown 2 pups since the last time you guys saw her. That middle one. And then this little guy right here wants to pop out too. In this corner I have another philodendron painted lady. This guy was just an extra that I had. I mean, I don't know what to do with it, so she's just gonna sit here. This is one of my Hoyas that I got from Thailand. It's the Hoya Kirii reverse variegation. So the variegation is in the middle. I am pissed. I am so mad about this because after it grows out and it ages, the variegation goes away. Like it's not there. You can kind of see it, but the new growth does come out with it on it, but still very misleading. Okay, let me give you a quick pan. say hello to all those plants. And yes, I know that's not very pretty. I'm waiting until my sister moves into her new home, and then she's gonna find me cover pots because she supposedly has lots of white cover pots. Over here I have my neon philodendron, another one. This is a neon pothos. Yes, neon pothos. This is a philodendron green heart or green shaped leaves. Goes all the way down. This is a marble pothos. Oh, this guy. The roots on that guy looks so good. It goes all the way down. We're now in my kitchen. I have lots of hanging plants. So this guy is my variegated Hoya carrii. She's doing great, by the way. She lost her larger leaf when I transplanted her in here, but then she did pop out this new leaf though. So, very cute. Love it. Oh, you guys are gonna be surprised about this one. I have one of my pitcher plants. There we go. She's growing some new roots. This is a marble pothos that I specifically bought so I can transplant into LECA. Surprisingly, you guys, pothos are like one of the hardest plants at first for me to transplant into LECA and being successful at the same time. But I use my old method and it works perfectly fine. And then we just have my countertop right here that's above my sink. This is just another Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. These were cuttings and now they grew lots of roots, so I just lowered the water in there. This is a Peperomia parallel. No one grabbed it. No one wanted this. After that one video, no one messaged me, so I still have it. We'll just see. I'll probably just let it grow out and we'll see what happens. Here is my philodendron white wizard. Oh my goodness, you guys, this guy has been growing so well. Look at all of the new variegated leaves. This went from not growing for me at all to growing so many leaves with different variegation. I just love this, and I'm sure anybody out there who is a Lord of the Rings fan loves this as well. But look at all those good fat plump roots right there. Seriously guys, this went from not growing at all to now. Look at that. I have to repot this soon. So good, so happy. So if you guys have a philodendron white wizard, definitely put it in LECA because it'll grow so fast for you. Next is the third Hoya sunrise that I have. I was originally gonna put this in my bathroom, but I'm just gonna wait until it trails a little more. It did get sunburn because of me. And I had to chop off some leaves, but that's okay. And then you guys know this guy, it's my orchid. She's doing great. Her new leaf is also like really red, which is pretty. She has lots of roots on top. Over here I have a aglaonemia. I don't know the actual name of this aglaonemia. But she has new growths right there. She's been in LECA for a while. Then in this corner I have one of my Dieffenbachias. I think this is called, god darn, I forgot. Tropical Snow is what this is called. It's one of the ones that did not do well, and then I water propagated it, and now look, she's doing great. Her roots are doing great. She's even popping out a new leaf. She just popped out this new leaf. It's exciting times here in my home, you guys. Very exciting. Next is another Dieffenbachia that was not doing well. Remember when I first transplanted her, she was featured in that one video, and now she's doing great. Her roots, fantastic. And she's also shooting out 2 new growths. Oh wow, I thought it was only 1, but it's 2. Bomb.com, right? Ugh. So exciting, you guys, so exciting. She went from almost dying to now shooting out new growth. Like, look how cool is that? Very exciting, guys. So this proves to you guys that just don't give up on the LECA lifestyle. If you guys are really interested in it, don't give up, just keep trying. In my room, I have my Wells Fin Sansevieria. I combined pretty much all of them because I was running out of room. So they're just all living in this really big glass jar here, which my room doesn't get like a lot of intense light, so I'm sure this will not get algae. but it has a lot of new growth growing in, like that one. Here is my beloved Anthurium. I get asked so many questions about this guy because she's never flowered for me, but she grows very large. I recently did just transplant her into LECA. That's why she looks a bit sad right now, because she needs water. Here are some crafted Buddhist temples that I was propagating for my little sister. I did propagate them in LECA, and they have gotten accustomed to it, so I have pulled back the water level, and they are currently now living in LECA and have fully adjusted to it. I'm gonna wait until this grows a bigger root system, and then I'm gonna give this to my little sister, since her big one died because she left it at my mom's house. My mom is a serial overwaterer, and I felt bad, so I'm growing all of these for her, and I will ask her what she wants me to do, whether or not she wants me to keep it in LECA for her, or I might just transfer it back into soil, which is really no problem. Okay friends, so that's pretty much everything. I believe I got all of my plants that are currently in LECA. I may have missed like one or two, who knows, but I will eventually do like a whole plant tour collection. I'm just selling off some of my plants so that I can make room for other plants, and I think after those plants come, I'll show you guys the whole shebang. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below what plant was your favorite. Comment down below what plant has been the most difficult for you to transplant into LECA. Yeah guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Bye guys.